Right, we have our newly created virtual machine. What we're going to do now is to install the Server 2008 operating system on it. I select the virtual machine, I click on start. This tells me that the virtual machine automatically captures my keyboard, and if from the host machine, and any keystrokes entered will be recognized by the virtual machine. And if I want to return control to the host machine, I just have to use the host key, which is the right control key to uncapture the keyboard. Alright. What you're going to get is fatal no bootable medium found, system halted. There's no operating system on our virtual hard disk, so it's just a basic hard disk with no operating system on it, so nothing can be done. I'm going to go to devices, I'm going to the CD, DVD devices, I'm going to choose a virtual CD or DVD disk file. On my desktop I have ISO image of the Windows Server 2008 installation disk, which I am going to open or mount into my virtual CD DVD drive. Then what I'm going to do is restart my machine, and what this will do is cause the operating system installation to begin from the CD DVD drive. It tells me here that my machine window is optimized to work with 32-bit color, but the mode that the visual display is currently using is 24-bit. I suggest that I go to the display properties dialog of my OS and select 30-bit color mode. Sorry. So is there anything I can do that later on? I click OK. As you see, Windows is loading files, the installation files, onto my virtual disk, where installation will begin. The process should start shortly. What I'm going to do is wait for the process to begin, and then when it reaches to that point where it's actually just installing the files, I'm going to pause it and then return when it has completed this process. But we're just going to wait for the initial installation to begin. Should begin shortly. Right, Microsoft Corporation. It tells me that the virtual machine reports that the guest OS supports mouse pointer integration, so I don't need to capture my mouse as I would normally have to if that feature wasn't supported. Right, and here you see you can choose the language you want to install, the time and country format, and the keyboard. Just going to select next, select the install now, wait, and we're going to be prompted very shortly to choose which version of the 2008 operating system we wish to install. Just going to wait for that to come up. Right, select the operating system you want to install. You see you have the standard full installation, enterprise full installation, data center full installation, standard server core installation, enterprise server core installation, and the data center server core installation. We're going with the enterprise. Click next. The license agreement. Click next. I remember if you're using the trial download, you do not accept the license agreement. You click no. If you remember correctly from screencast number 1, here you have an upgrade or a custom advanced installation, which is a clean copy of Windows selected where you want to install it. So you're doing a clean installation, so it's a custom advanced option that we are doing. We're not upgrading from anything. You have this unallocated disk space. You have drive options. If you select new, what you can possibly do is partition your disk. We're just going to leave it like that. I'm not going to partition it, so I'm going to select next, and as you see, it begins copying files for the installation. The computer restarts several times during the installation, and so it's going to be copying the necessary files. You're going to expand the files and begin installing the features, installing updates, and what have you. So at this point in time, I think, see, it begins to expand the files. After it's going to install features. At this point in time, what I think I'm going to do is pause. Once this process, the the expanding of the files, installing of features, installing of updates, and completing the installation. Once that is completed, then we're going to jump back in with the tutorial. Okay, here we see please wait while Windows continues setting up your computer. So it's in the final stages of completing the installation process. So we're just going to wait for it to install the last bit of remaining files before we continue. So as you can see, it copied the files, expanded the files, installed features, and installed updates, and it's now completing the installation process. Depending on how long this takes, I may pause again and return to recording at the appropriate time. Just gonna give it a little more time to see if it finally completes the installation process. So okay, we're gonna pause. Right, so here you go. Operating system should be fully installed. Yes, it tells me that the alright, so the operating system has been finally installed. As you see, as I discussed in screencast number 1, you're prompted to change your password before logging in for the first time, and you have to select an appropriate password. So what I'm going to do is enter a password now. Alright, I'm going to click, and it has changed my password. So I've now set the password has been changed. I click OK. It's applying user setting, preparing the desktop, and once completing we should be presented with the Server 2008 screen, the OOBE out of box screen. Alright, here we go, and if we wait a little moment, it's gonna come up. This is really slow, folks, really slow. Right, and here we have the option here where we can initially configure tasks. Because of the length of time taken by this screencast, I'm going to pause now, and our next screencast we're going to actually start configuring roles on our newly installed server.